So, all right. Uh, I do think that reading a book is difficult, especially these days with our over-connected lifestyle. However, we still have to do that because reading provides us with so many benefits. Not only does it help us in IELTS, especially with the reading part, but also it expands our outlook and also makes us a more patient person. And that's why I thought that I need to start reading. Actually, I did read in the past, but then I stopped doing that. Now I'm gonna restart my habit. And as a teacher, I thought, why not to help others too with that? And that's why I'll be reading here a book and recording the screen to help you start this habit as well. Now you can just watch the video, listen to me reading, and not only improve your reading but also your listening. So let's dive into this together. Here I bought a subscription for story shots, short books, like tons of them here, and I'll be reading them according to my own interest. And I do hope that you'll find it not only useful but also enjoyable. So the first book that interested me is Death: An Inside Story. Sadhguru's Guide to Understanding Death and Dying. Here it starts. What if I told you that everything you think you know about death is wrong? That death isn't the end, but actually the key to living fearlessly. So it's like without any fears. Корпусas без боязни. In the next 26 minutes, we are going to shatter your biggest fears and reveal ancient secrets that could transform not just how you die, but how you live every single day. This is knowledge that mystics have guarded for thousands of years, Хамоя Калыпсаклагялла, которые они пытались оставить в секрете. So it's just to interest us here. Manipulative word here. And today you are getting it all. Stay with me, your life is about to change. I could also advise you to learn this word, oshkar etmok, раскрыть, and shatter your biggest fears, like to break them, to break your fears. Shatter confidence, you can also say. So life gets busy. Has death, an inside story, been sitting on your reading list? No, I just found it. Instead, grab the key ideas now. Okay, so it's just advice for us as I see it. Let's get to the introduction. What if everything you think about death is wrong? What if death isn't scary but natural? These questions might sound weird, but they are super important. It's strange if you don't know. Most people avoid talking about death. We act like it will not happen to us. But here is the truth: death is as normal as breathing. Understanding it can make your life better and more peaceful. That is what Sadhguru shows us in Death: An Inside Story. This isn't just another feel good book. Sadhguru uses thousands of years of ancient wisdom. This is Donalik. Как на русском было? Uh, can't remember. Wise, we say. Мудрость. To help us understand death from the inside. He teaches us how to prepare for our own death, help others who are dying, and stop being afraid of it. What makes this book special? Instead of avoiding death, this person treats it, относится к этому, у меня مناسبات кылады, like a natural process we can understand and control. He explains the science of dying, what happens after the death. I think this is the most interesting part. And simple steps we can take now to have a peaceful death later. Okay, let's go. About the writer now. Isn't your typical spiritual teacher. He's a yogi, mystic, and teacher who makes ancient wisdom easy to understand. He started the Isha Foundation and has helped millions of people through yoga programs and spiritual guidance. What makes him different is how he explains hard spiritual ideas in simple ways. If you paid attention, I skipped this. because it's not that important. And to keep my speed to read fast, I just avoid this word. He doesn't ask you to believe anything without proof. He wants you to explore and find truth yourself. His approach to death is the same. He shows it as something to understand, not fear. The Isha Foundation now works in over 300 centers worldwide. Through programs like Inner Engineering, millions have learned how to control their physical, mental, and spiritual health. This gives him a unique view of how different cultures think about death. What scares you most about death? Share your thoughts in comments, blah, blah, blah. Let's go. This book is for you if death, an inside story, helps anyone ready to explore life's biggest mystery. This book is perfect if you avoid thinking about death, but now this fear is stopping you from living fully. Care for someone who is dying and want to help them have a peaceful transition from this world to another world. Struggle with grief after losing someone. So, бра, у него кеткенен кен кыйналып йөргән булсаң да, турты, если ты мучаешься после потери кого-то and need deeper understanding, work in healthcare or counseling and want to understand dying from spiritual view, wonder, think what happens after death, but want real wisdom, not just theories, practice meditation or yoga, and want to understand how this prepare you for death, face your own death due to age or illness, and want wisdom instead of fear. Okay. So let's get to the book without further ado. Death is not the enemy of life, but part of its flaw. Tchaichenia. Think about your last breath before sleep. You don't panic, right? You just let it happen. He says death should be just as natural and peaceful. So he compares death to sleep. Interesting. Most people see death as life's enemy, something that destroys everything we love. But this creates fear and suffering. Sadhguru explains that death isn't the opposite of life, it's actually part of life's flow. Like a river doesn't stop being a river when it reaches the ocean, we don't stop existing. Oh, look at this way to put it. Это так красиво это сказано. Like a river doesn't stop being a river when it reaches the ocean, we don't stop existing when we die. We just change the form. Here is a simple way to get this. Every cell in your body dies and gets replaced regularly. If you don't know, this is клетка. Клетки. Your skin cells die every few weeks. Your blood cells die every few months. You are literally dying and being reborn all the time. But you don't fear this natural process. Death of the whole body is just the final step. Nothing special. The problem starts when we think we are our body. Look at this. This is also an interesting opinion. The problem starts when you think that you are your body. So it's not you. We think, I'm this body. So when the body dies, we think we die too. But uh, Sadhguru teaches that you are much more than your body. You are consciousness and energy that lives in a body for a while. Biraz yaşap gitadi и нашу тәнән içinde некоторое время проводит в этом теле. This is осознание in Uzbek. Shu tushunishmi, nima deb aytsak bo'lar ekan buni? Bir narsani anglab yetmoqmi, shuni noun versioni. Simple example. Imagine wearing a coat. When you take off the coat, you don't disappear. You're still there, just without the coat. Your body is like that coat. Death is just taking it off. The real you continues. This changes everything about how we live. When you stop fearing death, you start really living. You make choices based on what matters, not what keeps you safe. You love deeper because you know every moment is precious. It means дорогой, qadrli. What would you do differently if you were not afraid of death? You have 5 layers. Only one actually dies. 5 tane katlamamız var. У нас есть 5 слоев, and only one dies. Так. Food, body, outermost physical layer, bu birincisi ekan shunda. Body, mental body, thoughts and emotions. Mhm. Energy body, vital force layer, energy body. Bu odamda shu narsa o'lgan bo'ladi lekin. Bliss body, innermost consciousness layer, eng chuqur qismimiz, самая глубокая часть. Many people think they are just a body with thoughts and feelings, but yogic science says humans exist on 5 levels. Understanding these layers is key for preparing for death because only the outer layer actually dies. The food body is what most people think of as themselves. This is your physical body, skin, bones, muscles, organs. It's made from food you eat. When people die, this is only part that stops working. The energy body is the life force that makes your physical body work. Think of it like electricity running through a machine. Without this energy, your body would be dead matter. This energy doesn't die when your physical body stops, it continues. The mental body includes all your thoughts, emotions, memories, and patterns. This is where your personality lives. Most of what you think of as you, your likes, dislike, fears, and dreams exists here. This also survives physical death. Mhm. The wisdom body is your deeper intelligence and intuition. It's the part that now thinks without thinking. This is where real wisdom lives, beyond just mental knowledge. The bliss body is the deepest layer, pure consciousness and joy. This is your connection to the source of all existence. When you feel pure happiness or deep peace, you are touching this layer. Menimcha biz hammamiz ina shu qismni his etishni o'rganamiz уже katta odam bo'lganlarimizda, когда мы очень взрослые. When this matters, why this matters for death? When your physical body dies, you don't lose everything. 4 out of 5 layers continue. This means most of who you really are survives death. The more you develop these inner layers during life, the more conscious and peaceful your death will be. Master your energy to control how you leave your body. Так, we have Viana, it holds cells together. It's here. Samana controls temperature and digestion, hazm qilish, пищеварение. Prana manages breathing and thinking. Udana enables rising up and transcendence. Samana controls temperature and digestion. Samana 2 times. Here is something most people never learn. You can control how you die, not just when or where, but the actual process of leaving your body. This control comes through understanding your vital energies. Your body has 5 main types of vital energy. Think of them like different departments in a company. Each has its own job, but they work together to keep you alive. Samana controls your body temperature and digestion. When this energy is strong, you can handle tough conditions. Masters of this energy can sit in snow without getting cold. Samana. Samana, una mana. Prana manages your breathing and thinking. This is probably most important because it connects your body and mind. When your breathing is calm, your mind becomes peaceful. When your mind is upset, your breathing gets irregular. Yes, I usually have these prana problems then. Udana, it's like sushi. Umagi magi. Udana is the energy that lets you rise up or go beyond physical limits. Advanced yogis use this to levitate or consciously leave their bodies at death. Юнабы uçup geç, вылетать. For most people, developing this energy means becoming less dependent on outside things for happiness. Udana diyenler rivojlansa sizlarda, sizlar уже boshqalarni fikrini, значит, o'ylamaydigan bo'lib boshlaysizlar. Более самодостаточным становитесь. Apana controls elimination and reproduction. This energy needs to flow down and out to remove waste from your body. When blocked, it creates problems that make peaceful death harder. needs to flow down and out to remove waste from your body. Waste from your body. Musturunu çıkarıp taşışı ekan. Şunda. Vijnana is the energy that holds all your cells together as one body. This is why some advanced practitioners' bodies don't decay for months after death. But decay then zor söz. I understand it in English, but translation isn't coming. Şu çürük kalışı yani bu tırtılan bir de. То, что это гниет. Their energy is so strong it maintains the body even after life has left. Qaranglar, bəzilərin energiyası şunun güçlü болады ekan, что ölgəndən keyin ham bodysi çürümeydi. Не гниет. Simple practice. Focus on your breathing for 10 minutes each day. As you breathe in, imagine drawing in pure energy. Taze energiyanı. As you breathe out, imagine releasing all tension. Напряжение, что слышит тұрған. This simple practice starts giving you conscious control over your most basic vital energy. Okay. Choose your exit point to shape your next life. Exhibit points of the body in death, at death. Так. Crown, chakra, pure consciousness. Third eye, wisdom. Throat chakra, communication. Heart chakra, love and compassion. Sacral chakra, creativity. Qaranglar, creativity bir de ekan shunda. Sacral chakra, again, still here. Base chakra, survival focus. İberimizde diri kalışımız болады ekan. Very interesting. Exit point affects next life experience. So your body has 7 main gateways, darvozalar, varota, where your life energy can exist when you die. Where you exit determines not just how peaceful your death is, but also what kind of life you might have next. Exiting through the base chakra happens when someone dies in fear, anger, or extreme attachment to physical pleasures. People who exit here often had lives focused mainly on survival and material concerns. Qaranglar. Agar bizlar base chakradan ketsek, ishurdan ketsek, значит, bizlar qo'rqqandan, nervimiz chiqqandan, из-за боязни, из-за нервов и то, что bizlar pleasure, удовольствие, rohatga bog'langanmiz, мы зависимы от этого, и to'g'ri shu diri qolishga qiziqqanmiz, мы думали о том, как выжить, и material things like cars, houses, clothes, mobile phones, and etc. Living through the heart center occurs when someone has lived with real love and compassion. These people often return with natural abilities to heal, teach, or inspire others. Their lives tend to focus on helping rather than just achieving. Very interesting. Departing through the crown chakra, tepeden geçiş, is the goal of all spiritual practice. When someone exits here, they do so in complete bilip ölediler ekan. Они понимая умирают and may choose whether to return to physical form or merge with the source of existence. The practical point, you don't have to wait until death to work with these energy centers. By developing the qualities of higher chakras during life, love, wisdom, clear communication, spiritual insight, you naturally prepare for a more conscious death and more evolved future existence. Manimcha, men o'ladigan bo'lsam, если я умру, shu base chakradan ketaman o'xshaydi man. Because everything described in base chakra is about me here. Maybe after my 40s, maybe in my 50s, Aslan, King, Potvirman. Interesting. So overcome death fear by expanding beyond your body. Fear of death is really fear of unknown. We are afraid because we think we are our physical body and cannot imagine existing without it. But this person teaches that you can overcome this fear, преодолеть, by experiencing yourself as more than just a physical form. Why are we so afraid? Most people have never experienced themselves as anything other than their body and thoughts. When you think, I am this body, then death seems like complete destruction. But you have actually had experiences of being more than your body, even if you didn't notice them. Have you ever been so absorbed in an activity that you forgot about your body completely? Have you ever felt deep peace in nature that connected you to something larger? Еще momentlarda bizda уже ikkinchi leveldagi odam ochganmiz ekandan. Birinchi leveldagi odam shu бодиси bilan yuriydi. Ikkinchi leveldagi odam chuqurroq narsa bilan yuriydi ekandan. Человек первого уровня ходит только со своим телом. Человек второго уровня уже что-то более глубокое познает. The meditation approach. Regular meditation helps you experience consciousness separate from your physical sensation. Shuni ham o'rganish kerak. Надо этому научиться. When you sit quietly and watch your thoughts without getting caught up in them, you start to realize that you are the watcher, not the thoughts themselves. The nature connection. Spend time in natural settings where you can feel connected to something larger than yourself. When you truly feel that you are part of the same life force that moves through trees, rivers, mountains, death becomes less scary because you realize that life force cannot be destroyed. Spend 10 minutes each day sitting quietly and asking yourself, who is aware of my thoughts? Who is aware of my breathing? Don't try to answer with your mind. Just rest in the awareness that is everything is that is aware of everything else. The goal isn't to become careless about your body or eager to die. The goal is to realize that you are much more than your physical form. 10 minutes a day. It's hard. It's hard. It's easy to write here, but it's easier said than done. Еще не фраза, o'rganib qo'yinglar. Easier said than done. Говорить легко, aytish oson degandan. Okay. Transform grief from personal pain to spiritual growth. Bu yerda odamimizni yo'qotganimiz как мы теряем человека. Acceptance and understanding, spiritual growth and compassion. Yes, we all go through these steps. Grief is one of the hardest parts of death. Not for the person who dies, but for those who left behind. Yes, qalib ketganlar uchun, для тех, кто остался. Offers a completely different view of grief that can transform this pain. You know, there is a football coach, Luis Enrique. He is the football coach, I think I already said that, of Paris Saint-Germain. So I really loved what he said. He lost his daughter. She died because of cancer when she was just 9 years old. And once he was asked about that, how is it to lose a daughter after just 9 years of life? He said, you know, I don't look at this like that. I look at this situation like this. I am happy to to have had 9 years to spend with her. So he says, I'm not sad because I lost her. I'm happy that I had an opportunity to live with her. So that was very deep. That touched me. Grief is about incompleteness, not love. Most people think grief proves how much they loved someone, but this person explains that grief is actually about your own sense of incompleteness. Sen birov uchun qisinmaysan deydi. Ты не переживаешь за кого-то. Sen o'zingni yolg'iz qolib ketganiga qisinasan deydi. Ты переживаешь за то, что ты остался один. You feel like a part of yourself has been torn away because you had made that person essential, important to your sense of wholeness. Shu o'zingni butunligingga muhim deb qarasan shu odamni. Ты думал, что для твоей целостности этот человек важен. The difference between missing someone and grief. It's natural to miss someone who has died. You can feel sad that you will not share new experiences with them, but grief goes deeper. It's desperate, umidsiz, безнадежный, clinging, bitmin durgan, не исчезающий, sadness that refuses to accept what has happened. Here is how you can transform grief into understanding. Accept that everything is temporary, вaqtinchalik, временный. Everything in physical existence is temporary, including our relationships. Focus on gratitude, благодарность. Man xursandman, rahmat deyamizda. Minnatdorlik. Instead of lamenting what you have lost, appreciate what you were able to share. Ina yanka Luis Enrique'ning gaplari. Honor their memory through growth. Become a better person because of what they taught you. Help others who are grieving. Service to others transforms personal pain into compassionate action. The ultimate goal, final goal, is to transform your relationship with the person from physical attachment to spiritual connection. You can still feel love and connection with someone who has died, but it becomes a source of strength rather than suffering. How has experiencing loss changed your perspective on life? Why suicide, самоубийство, өзін-өзі өлтіруші адамны, never solves problems, the energy perspective. Why suicide doesn't solve problems? Life cycle, cut short, natural completion. Өзің үзіп әрішең, ебі өзі тамам болушы. Energy disrupted, consciousness continues with same problems, energy flows naturally. Conscious, bu yerda energiya qolib ketaveradi ekan ba'zi bir. И bu yerda energiya chiqib ketadi o'xshaydi-da. Energiya уже покидает. Mhm. One of the most important topics Sadhguru addresses is suicide. This isn't just about mental health, it's about understanding what actually happens when someone takes their own life and why it never solves problems people think it will. The energy reality: when you die naturally, your life energy has completed its cycle and moves on peacefully. But when you force death through suicide, you are cutting the energy cycle short. It's like unplugging a computer while it's running. The programs don't shut down properly and you can lose important data. What happens after suicide? Person's consciousness doesn't find peace. Bizni consciousnessimiz, naша, can't remember the translation of this word. Our mind doesn't find peace. Instead, they remain stuck. Qolib ketadi ekan, остается with the same mental and emotional patterns that made them want to die in the first place. The problems they try to escape actually follow them. They don't get relief. Relief это deb chiqarib they get more confusion and suffering. The ripple effect. Suicide also creates intense negative energy that affects everyone around the person. Family members, friends, and even strangers can feel this disturbance for years. Конечно, shu narsani payqab bilmaganing, oldini olib bilmaganing, то, что ты не заметил этого, то, что ты не смог предотвратить это. It's not just emotional trauma, it's actual energetic disruption that can influence others toward depression and self-harm. A better approach if you are struggling with thoughts of suicide. Sadhguru teaches that real solution is to change your relationship with your thoughts and emotions. You are not your thoughts. You are not your problems. You are the consciousness that observes them. Kuzatmak, наблюдать. Practical help. Instead of trying to end your life, work on ending your identification with negative thoughts. Practice meditation, spend time in nature, help others who are suffering. These activities help you realize that you are much more than your current problems. Simple daily practice. When dark thoughts come, don't fight them or believe them. Just watch them like clouds passing. Wow, it's so beautiful. Say to yourself, I'm not these thoughts. I'm the one who sees these thoughts. This creates space between you and your suffering. No, such a deep book. I really love the book. Such a good book. Usually many books are superficial. Юзаки поверхностные. Просто yazışı yazıladı. Pierwsze, что просто написать. But this book is actually, it's good. I loved it. Mental Models from Death, an Inside Story, 5 year. So, recognizing that humans exist on multiple levels, I think we have finished the book. It's just a summary of the book. I think we have finished the book. All right, guys. I think that was very interesting. At least for me, it was. I really loved the book. The most important takeaway from this book for me personally is that body is temporary and we are not our body. So we are much more than that. And I really love that layers part. So like you understand how how immature you are, how young you are, when you realize that you are just in the first layer. So there are 5 layers, and I think this can be your life goal, like feeling the fifth layer, becoming the person who can touch the fifth layer. So I think it was good for you too. Useful, many useful words, explanations on the way. And I really hope that you will enjoy this my so to say, challenge, and we'll grow together. Goodbye.